Radical.
After week 3 of the NFL, there's only one question I have to ask you. Are the Denver Broncos the biggest effing clown show in the NFL? Look at this here. 20, which in most cases, in most games, 20 will get you a win in the NFL. So they did get 20. 20 points to a 70 piece from the Miami Dolphins. A 70 piece. 70, 70, 70. Oh my goodness. That is insane. 70 is what a lot of NBA teams might score on a low-scoring game. But we're talking about football. You know, this Miami Dolphins team looks freaking loaded. Loaded, specifically on offense. They got track stars. They got guys that, my friend was telling me, some of the players on their team can legit run over 30 miles an hour. Over 30 miles an hour. I think one guy around maybe 35 miles an hour. That just seems unreal. That's as fast as a fucking moped. That team is stacked on offense. You got Tyreek Hill. You got some other guys. It wasn't even Tyreek Hill in this game. I think he had like maybe one touchdown, but he did get a lot of yards. I'm not going to go into all the stats, man, but it just was just a massacre. Over 700 yards. I think 720-something yards, which is the most since the 50s. The point total, the most since the 60s. It's a long-ass time that there's been a game where a team hits 70. Now, the shocking thing here is the Dolphins run all over the Broncos, all over their defense. Their defense was looking like a bunch of those inflatable flying tube men just bouncing through them. They might not even been there. I mean, the separation they got on some of those defensive players, it's almost like the defense wasn't even out there. But the shocking thing was, it could have been worse for the Broncos. Even worse than this. Even worse than starting 0-3. Could have been worse because they could have actually went down and they could have become part of history as a team that lost by the biggest point total ever in the history of the NFL. People are laughing now, but people would be laughing for decades, referring back to the biggest loss in NFL history. Could have literally been the biggest loss ever. But the Dolphins, who, by the way, they started taking out starters. So don't think that this score means that they kept their starters in the whole game. Oh, no. Even their backup. Was throwing touchdowns, man. They took pity on the lowly Denver Broncos. Took pity on them. Because near the end of the game, they could have kicked a field goal, I think a 40-yard field goal, that would have made it 73-20, which would have been the biggest loss ever in the history. Now, the thing is, a lot of people will bring up Russell Wilson, but the weird thing was, and maybe it's more impressive, Russell Wilson actually had not that terrible of a game. Look here. I got to scroll for you guys. Look here. 23 for, 38. It's not that great efficiency. 306 yards, though. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I mean, it's not too good, but it's not terrible. Now, Javonte had 42 yards, rushing and whatnot. Over there, Devontae Achan, 18 carries for 203 yards rushing? Damn! Over 200 yards rushing. That's crazy. Receiving. See, look at Tyreek Hill. 9 receptions, 157 yards. And over there, Cohen, I don't know who Cohen Sutton is. But look at this stat. Tua Tagovailoa. However how you say his name. 23 for 26. Ooh, look at that efficiency. Almost a perfect game. 309 yards. Count them, 4 touchdowns.